Hey guys, I'm James from the Omnic Post. It is time for another Overwatch Lore video. In this series we look at what we know about certain heroes or certain factions based on the game, short stories, animated shorts and even developer comments. And we also try and look forward a little bit. Do some theory crafting on what we can expect once Overwatch 2 PvE finally releases. Because it is still coming and it is going to be our main source for the lore. But when it's going to happen, well, that is still kind of a mystery. So what I'm trying to say here is we'll need to be patient. But we'll end up finding out what our favorite heroes and villains are going to do in Overwatch 2. Now that all being said, that should not stop us from doing some research. And that's what we're doing. For today's video, we're taking a look at Ana, the grandmother of the Overwatch roster. She is one of the Overwatch founding members, and just like Reinhardt, Soldier and all the other founding members, not hindered by her age at all. Well, except for that old lady walk that she has going on. I mean, she's old. Oh yeah, and the fact that she always has hard candy in her purse. Yeah, she's really old. But anyways, let's dive in. Ana Armari was born in Cairo, Egypt around 2015 into a family of renowned soldiers. So it's no surprise that she ends up joining the Egyptian army. From the start, Ana was an inspiration to her teammates, a quality that helped her throughout her whole career. To this day, Ana chose to become a sniper for one simple reason. She did understand that in any conflict, tough choices need to be made in order to keep her fellow squad mates safe, and that this includes killing enemy targets. But she did not want anyone to suffer. As a sniper, she could take her targets out with one merciful shot. And she became very good at it. She was and is still known as one of the best snipers in the world. Partly due to her persistence to get that perfect shot, but also because of her cybernetic eye. That eye allowed her to hit her target without the use of her scope. During her time in the military, she used a Kinamura rifle, on which she kept track of the number of kills by carving a line in the weapon for every kill. She wanted to remember each and one of them. That's how she is. Around that time, she also got a tattoo under her eye. It is the Eye of Horus, and it is meant to protect her. On one of her missions, she meets Sam, a public servant from the indigenous nation in Canada. They end up getting married, and a while later, their daughter, Fariha, aka Farah, is born. It isn't clear if they divorced or not, but they ended up separating. From the little that we know, them separating was the result of the guilt that Ana is always dragging along. Her job not only put her in danger, but also her loved ones. Later in her life, that fear of losing her family, just like she lost some of her teammates, would actually push away her daughter, Farah. But more about that in a minute. I'm getting ahead of myself. At this point, Ana is still in the Egyptian military, and the Omnic crisis erupted on a global scale. But since the god program Anubis was the one behind the crisis, Egypt suffered really hard. The army counted on their team of elite snipers like Ana to defend its country. Her sacrifice and dedication to her country and her exceptional skill with the sniper rifle drew the attention of the UN. They were gathering a strike force and they wanted her on the team, besides Jack Morrison, Gabriel Reyes, Reinhardt, Torbjorn Mercy and Liao. That strike force was named Overwatch. Ana took part in some of the most important missions like White Dome, where they got ambushed and Reinhardt saved Torbjorn's life. Where Torbjorn, however, lost his arm during that mission and Reinhardt himself didn't get out of it unscathed. She also fought in the Battle of Rio, where she and the rest of the team ended the first Omnic crisis. After the Omnic crisis, the role of Overwatch switched from a strike team to more of a full-fledged organization. An organization that grew under the lead of Jack Morrison. Ana became his second in command. And while Jack operated on a more strategic level, Ana insisted on taking part in the missions. And if for some reason she did not get to take part in those missions personally, she was following up really close. She had her part to play in the follow-up of the Blackwatch incident and the Uprising mission in London. Throughout her career, she became good friends with Gerard Lacroix and his wife, Amélie. Gerard was the lead of their operations against Talon, and Talon did not appreciate that. Not in the slightest, so Gerard was one of their prime targets. And when they couldn't get to him, they went for his loved ones. His wife Amélie was abducted by Talon at some point, but luckily the team managed to retrieve her. Sadly, after a few failed attempts, Talon finally managed to take out Gerard, and Amélie had apparently disappeared. The team was convinced that she was abducted yet again, but this time around, there was no trace. It's around that time that Ana is raising and training Fariha, who is very convinced that one day she wants to join Overwatch. against the will of her mother, which kinda creates a distance between Ana and her daughter. Time goes by, and after a second attempt of the god program Anubis to escape the control of its jailers, Ana and her team disable the god program for good. Well, at least that's what they think. We'll see how that turns out in the future, but that's something for a different video. Now, around this time, things start getting a bit dramatic for our favorite grandma, and I'm not talking about a shortage of hard candies. During her last Overwatch mission, she heads out to save a group of scientists. But it turns out that Talon is not giving up on those scientists easily. The Talon operative codenamed Widowmaker, a fellow sniper, is taking out all of the Overwatch team members. But Ana is on the job. She manages to locate Widowmaker and she takes her shot. With that first shot, she only manages to break Widowmaker's mask, and she immediately recognizes her old friend, Amélie Lacroix. Ana is startled and she hesitates, but Amélie, or Widowmaker, does not. She takes her shot and she hits Ana in her cybernetic eye. Ana is gravely wounded and passes out. She wakes up in a hospital in Poland as she's being helped by Dr. Lee. She has temporal amnesia and can't remember who she is, where she is, what happened, but over time she slowly regains her memories. Dr. Lee tells her that he can fix her cybernetic eye, but Ana refuses. That time is behind her. She convinces the doctor to help her disappear, and everyone, including her own daughter, thinks that she's dead. Ana moves to Cairo incognito. She hears about the fight between Jack and Gabriel and how supposedly both of them died in the explosion that ensued. But Ana doesn't buy it. She knows that they're both out there somewhere. After that, the Petraeus Act goes into effect and Overwatch is disbanded. Ana is still laying low in Cairo and she does not like what she sees. She regrets disabling Anubis all those years ago because it had a very negative effect on Egypt and its people. Her people are suffering under the terror of Talon and other criminal organizations, and she can't just stand by. But she changed. She's done killing. She traded in her Kimamura rifle for a biotic rifle that was designed by her old friend Torbjorn and that uses Angela Ziegler's healing tech. Puts on a mask and takes on the name of Shrike. She sets up her home base in Necropolis and starts sabotaging Talon operations. Her actions are also drawing the attention of the local warlords and even the Egyptian government. They label her as a spy or even a terrorist. But Ana manages to disrupt a lot of local Talon operations. So much so that they set up a trap for her in Giza with the help of a local warlord called Hakim. Reaper was leading the operation and he tries to catch two birds with one stone by also luring in Jack Morrison, which was a mistake. Ana, Jack, and Gabriel face each other. Gabriel was about to take out Jack, but Ana manages to save him. She pulls off Reaper's mask and looks Gabriel in the eyes. She is shocked and startled by his deformed face, and Reaper sees the chance to escape. And as he does so, he blames Jack for both their misfortune. Ana turns back to Jack, who got injured in Reaper's attack, and as she heals his wounds, they decide to team up again. The thing is, Jack wants to chase down Reaper while Ana wants to take out Hakim and his gang. They end up making a deal. First, they are going to take out Hakim, after that, Reaper is the primary target. Ana is inspired by Jack's Soldier 76 persona, and she takes on a new identity for herself, Bastet, the protector of Egypt. As this new persona, and with the help of Soldier 76, they managed to capture Hakim and dismantle his organization. But Jack got hurt, again. But it turns out that Angela Ziegler is currently based in Cairo, so they check in with her in her field hospital, and just at that time, Talon bombs the Temple of Anubis, probably in an attempt to get her hands on the God program. Ana and Jack rush in to help and face Talon, while Angela flies over to give them some extra intel. In the midst of battle, Jack spots Reaper and he chases him down. Angela tries to persuade him to let it go, but stubborn old Jack is not listening. In the end, as it goes with Reaper, he gets away yet again. The next day, Ana and Jack agree to follow Reaper to Europe. Angela, however, is staying in Cairo. A few months prior, Winston had sent out the recall message, calling back all Overwatch agents. Angela and Ana had actually discussed the recall during the reunion. But while Angela was still thinking about it, Ana had decided that she was not going back. She wanted to help Jack, and he sure as hell was not going back. But she did want to help Overwatch. She figured that they needed new blood, new leadership. They need to leave the past behind. It is time for a new generation, a new Overwatch. Ana gets in touch with Cassidy and they meet up. In the midst of their conversation, they're being attacked by Talon, and after they defeat them, she hands him a USB stick with info on Hannah's song, Zarya, and her own daughter, Fariha. Together they set out to find Fariha, which turns out to be their first real-life reunion since Ana disappeared, and Fariha isn't having it. Before Ana gets the chance to change Fariha's mind, Talon attacks them again. The three heroes prevail, but Farah got hurt. As Ana starts mending her daughter's wounds, they made somewhat of amends, but the water is still deep. Farah decides at that point that she is sticking with Helix and she will not be joining Overwatch. But Ana later learned that she did end up joining Overwatch after all, which makes her happy. Cassidy takes off to find the other recruits, and Ana and Jack head to Istanbul to meet an informant that seems to know how Overwatch was taken down initially. Now it is clear that neither Jack nor Ana are going to join Overwatch ever again. Their era is over. But that doesn't mean we'll never see them again in PvE. They still will be popping up as their own little faction of two. Under the radar, top secret, in the dark. You get my point. Overwatch, well, they have their new leaders, in Winston and Sojourn. Let's just hope that Ana finds the time to mend her relationship with her daughter. And to be honest, I wouldn't mind seeing more of Sam. But that might just be me. But that was it for this lore video. Let me know in the comments what you think. Maybe you have something to add to this story. Or you have a different source with some extra insights. And maybe you'll have an opinion on what the future for Ana might look like. Let me know in the comments. I look forward to reading all of them. For now, however, that was it. But more lore videos are definitely on the way. Now make sure to check out my streams on twitch.tv/DamesAceTV and make sure to subscribe for more videos on Overwatch.